All right, so we're going to jump back, way back, and unpack a family drama that has everything you'd want in a modern thriller. You've got a toxic workplace, a secret escape plan, a crazy high-speed chase, and a really, really bizarre theft. It's this biblical detective story, right? But the actual crime, well, it seems kind of small, almost petty. And that's the big question we're going to solve. It's the key that unlocks this whole story. Why would someone risk everything for a couple of small statues? I mean, we're talking about risking her life, her kids' lives, the whole shebang, for a handful of little household gods. It seems crazy, but let me tell you, the real reason, it's way more shocking than you think. So, to understand what's going on, we have to set the stage. Our story really kicks off at the end of 20 very long, very tense years. Our main guy, Jacob, has been working for his uncle, who also happens to be his father-in-law, Laban. And let's just say, this is not your friendly neighborhood family business. It is a full-on toxic workplace. See, here's the problem. Jacob has done really well for himself. He's worked hard, he's been blessed, and now he's a wealthy man. You'd think his family would be happy for him, right? Nope. Laban and his sons are just eaten up with jealousy. They look at Jacob's success and think he stole that from us. The whole vibe just gets nasty. Whispers, rumors, it's a mess. And this isn't just about money. It's way deeper. So Jacob goes to his wives, Rachel and Leah, who are Laban's own daughters, and guess what? They're 100% on Jacob's side. What they say here is just, wow, it's heartbreaking. They're basically saying, our own father treats us like strangers. He sold us, took the money, and then blew it. They feel completely cut off, no inheritance, no future, no nothing. Okay, so Jacob's got his wives on board. He's gotten a green light from God. It is go time. But he can't just put in his 2 weeks notice. No way. He's genuinely scared of Laban. He thinks Laban will literally take his family back by force. So he has to plan a secret escape. He waits till Laban is out of town sharing sheep, and then, poof, he's gone. With his whole family and everything he owns. So they're on the run. Imagine the scene. It's this massive operation trying to move all these people and animals as quietly as you can. But right in the middle of this high-stakes escape, someone does something in secret, and it's going to cause a huge problem. It's Rachel. While everyone is scrambling to leave, she quietly steals her dad's teraphim, his household gods, just these little statues. And she doesn't tell a soul, not even Jacob. He has absolutely no clue that his favorite wife just committed a crime that could get them all killed. So 3 days go by before Laban even finds out they're gone. And when he does, he is livid. Just look at this pursuit. He gets a posse together and they ride hard for a solid week. We're talking 360 miles. This is not a man who's just worried. This is a man who is absolutely furious and wants his stuff back. But right before Laban gets to him, something pretty wild happens. God steps in, shows up in a dream, and basically tells Laban back off. Don't say a word to Jacob, good or bad. It's like a divine restraining order. So Laban finally catches up to them. He's boiling with rage, but he can't actually do a thing. All right, so the scene is set for this huge showdown. But hold on. Before we get to the confrontation, we have to answer that big question. Why was Laban so crazy obsessed with these little statues? I mean, it really seems like he's overreacting, doesn't it? This is the heart of the mystery. God told him not to hurt Jacob, so all he wants are the idols back. What is so special about them? Are they solid gold or something? Well, the answer isn't what they're made of, it's what they represented. And believe it or not, the clue to solving this whole thing came from archaeology. Archaeologists found these things called the Nuzi tablets. They're literally thousands of ancient clay tablets that are basically legal documents from around that time. And they give us this amazing snapshot of what life and law were actually like back then. And these tablets explain so much in the Bible. All these customs that seem strange to us suddenly make sense. But check out that last point. That is the bombshell. In that culture, whoever had the family's household gods, well, they had the legal claim to the main inheritance. Boom, there it is. This changes everything, doesn't it? Rachel didn't just steal some little religious trinkets, she stole the deed. She stole the title to the entire family fortune. This wasn't a petty theft, this was a hostile takeover. No wonder Laban was so mad. He thought Jacob was trying to legally steal his entire estate out from under him. Okay, now that we know what's really at stake, let's get back to that mountain. You've got Laban absolutely convinced Jacob is a master thief. And you've got Jacob, who has no idea what's going on and is just furious that he's being accused. So Laban marches up and says, "Why did you steal my gods?" And Jacob is just floored. He's like, "What are you talking about?" He's so sure of his innocence that he says something just chilling. He says, "Go ahead, search everything, and whoever has your gods, let them be put to death." He has no idea he just pronounced a death sentence on Rachel, the wife he loves most. Man, can you imagine the tension? Laban starts ripping the camp apart. He searches Jacob's tent, nothing. Leah's tent, nothing. The maid's tents, nothing. And then he gets to Rachel's tent. This is it. Everything is on the line right now. And this is where Rachel shows she's a chip off the old block. She's got the idols hidden in her camel's saddle, and she's just sitting on top of them. When her dad comes in, she just calmly says, "Sorry, Dad, can't get up. It's that time of the month." And it's brilliant. In that culture, that was the end of the conversation. The master con artist just got conned by his own daughter. So Laban comes up empty. He's got nothing. And now it's Jacob's turn to talk. And boy, does he let loose with 20 years of frustration. He's like, 20 years, I worked for you for 14 years for your daughters, 6 years for your flock, and you changed my wages 10 times. He just lays it all out on the table, all the lies, all the cheating. So after all that, there's no hugging it out, there's no family reunion, the trust is completely shattered. The only thing they can do is basically sign a treaty. They set up a boundary and agree not to cross it to hurt each other. And you can see just how far apart they are by the oaths they take. Laban swears by this whole list of gods, the God of Abraham, the God of Nahor. But Jacob, he swears by one God and one God only, the fear of Isaac. It just shows you, this isn't about making up. This is a political deal between two men who do not see the world the same way. And here's maybe the most fascinating part of the whole story. They set up this pile of rocks they call Mizpah, which means watchtower. And they say, "May the Lord watch between you and me when we are absent from one another." Now for them, this was a threat. It meant, God is watching you, so you better not mess with me. But today, people put that on jewelry and greeting cards as this sweet little blessing. It's a total 180 from its original meaning. So this whole ancient drama really leaves us with a pretty modern question, doesn't it? That boundary they set up, the Mizpah, it wasn't about love or forgiveness. It was built on deep, unbreakable distrust. It was just a line in the sand. And it makes you wonder, when a relationship is that broken, when all you can agree on is a border to keep each other out, can you ever really call that a blessing?